What is going on? My name is Mike, and this is all about pressure washing. And today I'm actually leaving my house and going right next door because my neighbors have asked us to come back again. We clean their place every single year. They've got a beautiful lanai, a screened in patio type deal, and the screens get pretty mildewy. Now, the reason that we are doing a very special process on this is because of all of the vegetation around the patio area. They've also got a koi stream in there, and we definitely don't want to mess up any of those fish. So we are going to be basically just spraying with water and then brushing to loosen up and remove any of the mildew. Now, obviously that's not the most ideal scenario to remove an organic, but in this case, that is what the customer wanted. We determined that is the best process. So Mac is gently spraying with a fan tip right now. You can probably see him back there. Maybe. But the bottom line, they've spent a tremendous amount of money. I'm thinking back, this was probably 12 years ago when they had all this stuff put in. They spent about $150,000 on the landscape in the backyard, and the homeowners, my neighbors, are absolutely diligent, and they love their backyard. They spend so much time back here. It's everything about it's awesome. But anyway, so I'm gonna walk over here. We're gonna talk about Mac. And you know, if you guys have questions about stuff like this and anything else related to, you know, how to wash, definitely check out our course, How to Wash, the Ultimate Guide. It's myself, Aaron Parker, Cody Yarborough, and of course Justin from Forever Self-Employed, and we go over absolutely everything that you guys could possibly need to know about washing, from how to mix the chemicals, what chemicals to use, how to protect everything on the property, you know, which equipment you're going to buy, what's the best equipment for the job. Everything is mission driven. So we go over all of that and how to wash. So check that out. I'll put a link below. Also, you can use coupon code 50FREE and get $50 off, and that'll bring that price tag down. And like all of our stuff, that course is about the price of a house wash, so definitely check it out. And basically, it's an investment in yourself, and you're going to be able to shortcut the learning curve and hit the ground running a lot faster. So let's go check on Mac. What's up, man?
Hey, good morning.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing.
You have a good weekend?
Yeah.
Anything fun?
Here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this is one of your favorite jobs, I know. How many times have you done this?
I think this is our third time.
Okay.
Yep.
And each time the process improves, refines, you know, you refine it. You and the homeowner have got it down to a science pretty much. But, you know, this has got the mildew that's obviously that grows on everything everywhere in Savannah. And we're... pollen, yep. And then pine needles up on top, which you've already blown off. So you're obviously using low pressure,
yes.
No chemicals.
No chemical.
And if you guys have watched any of my other videos, we did have an experience at one point with some koi that we had to replace, and definitely don't want to do that. In fact, some of the goldfish in here are some that I actually gave them, and they've gotten really big. Let's see if we can find any.
You can't find them. I don't know where they're at.
They hide underneath this thing. Yep, there they are. I don't know if we can see them or not. But dude, so these were in my fish tank.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were getting too big, so we brought them over here, and they've done really well.
Oh, good.
But so this is the main reason why we do not want to use any kind of chemicals in here. You've got a lot of delicate plants. You've got a lot of time, energy, and love that's been put into the design back here. And obviously they love their fish, and we don't want to hurt anything. So we are not going to be using any kind of chemicals whatsoever. And there's a beautiful rainbow. It is just going to be low pressure and basically agitating it with our water-fed pole. And he's going to use that because it's very soft, and it's just going to help to agitate and remove any of the pollen, the pollutants, any kind of mildew that's on there. And obviously we manage customer expectations from the get-go and let the customer know that yes, you have mildew on the screens. They're aware of it. They can see it when they're looking out. You can see kind of a green haze, not right now, maybe a little bit there. It's kind of hard to see, but it's on there, and they just want it to look as good as possible. And so really anytime you're dealing with customers, you have to manage expectations. You have to set those expectations in every aspect of the business, whether it's, preparation before you get there, moving stuff, moving rugs, moving furniture, moving planted, pots that are in plants, or plants that are in pots, not pots that are in plants, or pot is a plant. And Mac's just going to spray me. It's like, whatever, just go ahead and spray me. Hey, I'm here, man.
I know, I see you. That's something that's spraying through.
I know, I'm messing with you. But managing customer expectations prior to arrival, making sure everybody is on the same page so there's no miscommunication, there's no opportunity for disappointing the customer, or, leaving and then thinking something wasn't complete or you didn't do a thorough job. So, having a customer contract in place, having your email sequences in place that, put everything, just lay everything out for the customer and yourself really does help to expedite the process, makes you more efficient, makes you more professional, and really helps your business grow. So here's a great example. I think we can see it on there. You can see on that screen the mildew. And yes, there's a ladder that's leaning up against there, approved by the customer. This is a very, very sturdy structure, and Mac just got up there to gently spray off all of the pine straw that had accumulated on the roof since the last time we had been here. All right, so he has gone and he shut off the machine. He's going to come back here and he's going to do some brushing. You look like the Lion King up there.
I feel like John Smith or something.
Okay, Matt, couple questions.
Yes.
When you show up to a property and you're going to do a house wash, okay, and you get there and there is potted plants, there is rugs, furniture around, how big an inconvenience is that for you and your process, your efficiency?
Well, it's a pretty big inconvenience because not only do we have to take the time to move everything out of the way and stuff and make sure, we're not breaking or damaging anything, but we also have to take the time to put it all back as well. And of course, time is money and eats up labor costs.
Absolutely. Okay, so how often do you actually have to deal with that, on a weekly basis?
It's not that often because, we send out preparatory emails and let them know, how things work and what they need to do on their end and what would, be beneficial to everything. And so yeah, it's not that often because we've got our system in place. So
yeah. Okay, so when you do show up and they haven't moved anything, a bunch of stuff, how do you handle that?
Well, if it's just a few things, we do, of course, move it for them. That's not a big deal or anything. But if there's a lot of stuff and some pretty big, heavy stuff, then we try not to move it just because of the liability of it. We could break it or it's already broken. We didn't notice it when we were moving it. They could blame us for it.
Right.
And so we just try to stay away from any kind of liability, for us or for the customer.
Exactly.
And if they do have a lot of stuff, then we do inform them that we are going to have to charge them for it, and sometimes they're okay with it, sometimes they'll go ahead and move it themselves anyway. So
right, just a little motivation for them. And that's why we have that stuff in our email sequences, so we can the customer understands that if they don't move it, they are going to get charged. But we always try to accommodate them. We're not trying to nickel and dime anybody. We want them to be happy, and we don't want them to think that we're being taken advantage of. But also, we don't want to be taken advantage of by having our time wasted. Like, we're there to pressure wash. We're there to clean stuff. We're not there to be a moving company. So, again, it's all about setting expectations and making sure that you communicate that to the customer. All right, this is looking good, man.
Yeah, I think so.
So after you brush, will you brush on the inside too?
Yes,
Okay.
See, this one, I brushed inside first and then outside, and then I rinsed outwards first to get all the debris and the pollen out, and so it's not staying in there, it's blowing out, and then I'll go on the outside and blow it all in. That
Nice.
way both sides of the screen are clean.
Perfect. All right, man. Well, I'll get out of your hair.
Alrighty.
And what's next? We've got I think we're just a house wash, right? No, interior and exterior windows, your favorite.
You want me to do the house wash or no?
No.
Okay.
Because I just gave you the interior and exterior windows, right?
Well, you gave me the house wash, but you said instead do the
Right.
screens and then...
Yeah. No, I got Julian over there doing that.
Okay. So I'll just do the inside, outside windows after this.
Yep. And that should be good. All right, man. Call me if you need me.
Alrighty.
Okay, so one of the most important things that you can do as a service business owner is be a good communicator, right? Good communication is going to set you above and beyond your competition. Obviously, we talked about setting expectations prior to arrival, and we do this because it helps with your efficiency. And if you have employees, it saves them from having to waste their time moving things, altering their processes, or just slowing them down in general. Not only that, if you can communicate exactly what's going to be happening throughout the entire process prior to you showing up, that's going to decrease the amount of time you have to spend talking to the customer. And obviously, if they're interested in hearing more, then spend that time with them. But time is money, just like Mac said, and it's something that you've heard me say a lot on the channel. And we have to be good stewards of our time so we can be as efficient and as profitable as possible. Y'all see Mac working all the time, right? But what you don't get to see is not only does he do a phenomenal job out there in the field getting the work done, but he has the ability to communicate with the customer, and that is something that is invaluable, and that is why hiring A players is essential when you get to that point in your business. So that's all I got today. Check out How to Wash. There is a link below, and I thank you for watching. On a side note, that's my baby duck. You can see her down there. Poor thing. So we've been raising 3 of those babies since they were about 3 days old. And unfortunately, a fox has come into the yard and has gotten 2 of them. So that's the remaining traumatized baby back there. And it's very sad. But, you know, we're doing our best to keep her safe. I've got a fox trap, and I'm going to try to catch that booger. But that's it. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks so much. I'm going to go do some other stuff.